Hey YouTube, it's Jeff at Darkmoon Metals. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but there's a lot of things that have been going on. As of May of this year, I no longer have what I call an umbrella job. I don't have a place of employment. I am working Darkmoon Metals full-time. I am basically using it to attempt to support myself. It's challenging. It is quite possibly the most exhilarating and yet terrifying ride of my life. And things are going, I'm not eating steak every night, it's more like a ramen souffle, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And today I did a project I want to share with you guys on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of YouTube at night, different people doing welding and blacksmithing projects, and watching Volcano over on his channel. I love, all the different machining things. I have interests in all three. My primary education is in welding, that's what I went to school for. I was in aerospace for a number of years, so I've learned how to operate things like milling machines and lathes. And blacksmithing is just kind of the final frontier. It's the last thing I want to learn about and get good at. One of the projects that I'm taking on is making sets of forks, knives, and spoons for medieval recreation people who do like SCA events or maybe even Rev War events. I want to do this because it'll help hone my skills as a smith. You do little pigtail scrolls at the end of all your silverware. You do different types of bending and twisting. You do drawing out. You use a cross-peen hammer to get the end of your bar to the point where you can dish it out to be a spoon. Take a chisel, make your fork, split the tines. And I made something today that's going to really help me sink my teeth into this project. Now, a lot of people who are using a chisel on an anvil, they'll take a piece of scrap copper, like a copper sheet or a little, piece of aluminum, and they use that to protect the face of their anvil. The anvil is a hardened steel work surface, at least on, quality ones. It's a hardened steel work surface, or it's a steel work surface forge welded to a wrought iron anvil or a cast anvil. This plate is something that I saw in a blacksmithing forum, and I haven't seen this on YouTube yet, so I kind of want to bring it out here and get opinions, see what people think, throw a comment in the comment section. What this is designed mild steel, so you can use a chisel on the face of your anvil and you don't have to worry about having that chisel cut through the material you're working on and marring the face or dulling the chisel itself. The way this is put together, you take a plate of steel. This is 1/4 inch thick by the dimensions of the face of my anvil. You would of course cut it to the face of your anvil. This is a shank that goes in the hardy hole. So again, you would get a piece of material that would go into your hardy hole. How this is attached, you drill a hole and you have it plug welded, so you have a nice flat surface. It sits nice and flat on the face. And then you have two legs which straddle the face of the anvil on either side, so it doesn't want to wobble back and forth. It's just a nice, secure little platform. And it was a great idea. I've seen it in, like I said, a couple different places. Haven't seen it on YouTube yet. I'm not saying it doesn't exist on YouTube. It probably does. I just haven't come across that video. But I made a couple modifications to the design. What I did with this is I took 2 bolts, I cut them down, drilled holes in, and welded them from the back, and then made everything nice and smooth. And basically what it does is it gives me a spot where I can take a bungee cord, and what I do is I just basically put it on here. I go under the horn of the anvil and I connect it to the other side. And what that does is it helps keep it quiet, because if you're banging on this thing, it's going to want to bob up and down because it's not going to be a perfect, precise fit to a hardy hole. And this is not going to be tight where you can't get it off. It's going to have a little bit of play in it, and just adding the bungee cord makes it a heck of a lot quieter. It also keeps it a little bit more stable, which kind of surprised me. The other modification that I made to this guy, I put 4 holes, 1 in each corner, and I don't know if you could tell, but these are countersunk. And what they allow you to do, if you're doing an operation, let's say you're making a spoon, for example. If you've seen people on YouTube make spoons, you'll know that they typically, 90% of them go to like a wood block or a log. And the guys who have the big monstrous logs in their shop, They got a really great work surface, and you see a bunch of people with blocks of wood and they're bouncing all over the place. Well, I don't like my work migrating across my workbench. So I thought, well, I don't want to have a huge log in here. I'm kind of limited on space. So can I make this kind of a dual purpose? These 4 holes with simple drywall screws will let me screw a 4x4 right to the top of the plate, and I can use this for dishing out my spoons. And if you're gonna be like me, where you're gonna do some production of these things, putting 4 screws into a block of wood is nothing. It's not gonna take any time at all. And if this is nice and stable and secure to your anvil, this is gonna be a nice stable work surface for you to be pounding on. When you're dishing out the spoons, for me, that's just gonna come in really handy. So that is the project for today. I am probably going to be making myself another one, although this is very straightforward. You've got your sheet of metal, plug welded, Hardy shank, 2 small pieces of metal welded to the outside for your straddle for the face of the anvil, and 4 holes. I'm not going to go into a video on how to make this. It would be 20 minutes long and it wouldn't be worth your time. And if you're anything like me, I value my time, you should value your time. But I just wanted to get the idea out there and maybe get a couple comments, see what people think. I am also looking for new ideas for videos. I am going to start making them again. I need to get back in front of the camera. I really enjoy it and I get a lot of good feedback. And to be honest with you, I had a couple people send me personal messages because I haven't been on YouTube in a while, and they said, I'd really love it if you could make more. I had one guy, he wrote to me and he said, man, from the bottom of my heart, I want to see you back on YouTube. And the support from this community is just outstanding, and I really, really appreciate it. It does keep me going, even though I haven't been contributing much lately. But this is hopefully the start of a new series on YouTube where I can get back in front of the camera, make time to get this done, and spend more time with you guys out here in the YouTube community. But for now, I'm going to let you think about this, maybe leave me a comment, and I will see you on the next video.